story of Edmund Boot.
The man who was almost the greatest amateur actor this country has ever seen.
If he had been the greatest, his play would be much longer than 10 minutes.
Edmund Boot.
To think what he could have become. If only.
He was born to Michael and Julie Boot of the town of Etherington, halfway between Lithgow and Roma, somewhere just near Darwin, around Cooperative. They named him John.
His parents were good folk. Dumb, but good.
Ah, by jingoes! Would you look at them hands? He's bound to be a human waste disposal specialist, just like...
His dad. His proud dad. Or maybe you work in the store with his mum. He's bound to have a good head with figures.
Ah, get out, will ya? Everyone knows you're the brains of this outfit.
Oh, you're so sweet.
At the age of 5, Edmund, up until this point known as John, declared,
I shall hereby no longer be known as John. I want to be rich. I want to be famous. I want to have 1,000 adoring fans. Some that will throw their pretty knickers in my direction. I want to be an amateur actor. I shall only answer to my newly acquired stage name, unless I'm in court or get married. I shall henceforth be known as Felicity Boot. Felicity Engelbert Boot.
he got his middle name off one of his nan's records.
His parents were worried as they sent him off to school.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be rich.
Have a good day, son!
Goodbye, my sweet little John.
Felicity!
Felicity.
That afternoon, John, aka Felicity Engelbert, came home from school.
Came home from school with a bloody nose.
And a determined ego.
I shall hereby no longer be known as Felicity Engelbert. I will be rich. I will be famous. I will have 1,000 adoring fans. Some that will throw their pretty knickers in my direction. I will be an amateur actor. I shall only answer to my newly acquired stage name, unless I'm in court or getting married. I shall henceforth be known as Edmund Boot. Edmund Capability Boot.
That evening, something in the universe clicked.
The stars,
In the brave overhanging firmament.
aligned, and a small earthly star faced a future.
An uncertain future in the world of...
Community theatre.
A future of joy, of triumph.
Of pain, rejection,
Of highs.
and lows.
Of empty halls and makeshift walls.
Of divas and dunces.
Of glorious scenes. Of bad singing and untuned pianos.
Of petty reviews and well-meaning but overly complimentary grandmothers.
Of drafty change rooms and odour-ridden costumes.
Of faulty sets.
And shonky electricals.
Of white hands and rogue pigeons and, well, you get the picture.
But back to the story.
The next morning at breakfast.
Edmund announced...
I've been working on a project.
A project?
An exciting project. Tonight at 6 p.m. in the shed, bring your friends and Sam, the reporter from the Leotta Evening Times.
It was.
It was...
Amazing.
It was a contemporary fusion of Asian traditional dance, Mozambican sock puppetry,
juxtaposed cleverly with dark medieval European fairy tales and traditional sailor song.
all presented with the charm and charisma of a 5-year-old boy soprano.
Needless to say, my parents were gobsmacked. Immediately, they signed me up to the local dramatic society. They were staging Oliver. The rehearsal period was problematic. The artful dodger would dodge rehearsals unless his mother, dance instructor Miss Candy, dragged him by the ear to the local community hall, telling him all the while that she needed him to be a star. To show the other dance instructor, Miss Naomi, that she too could raise a triple threat, who could throw a flea and swing an axe. The show was looking as grim as Fagin's workhouse, until I seamlessly introduced elements of Japanese kabuki to Nancy's Pa number and gave Bill Sykes a few lines from Shakespeare's Titus Andronicus and a couple of other tweaks and...
Well, the show was a hit.
An unspeakable hit. Audiences in the Larrington Community Hall were speechless.
And enriched in so many unspeakable ways.
Years passed.
Edmund's reputation as a theatre maker of renown
Grew too big for the town of Larrington.
So I packed my bags and headed to the town where...
Dreams?
come.
True.
All he could say as he headed to the bus stop was,
Goodbye, Larrington!
And as the bus arrived at the next big city, all he could say was,
Hello, Mid-Appleton!
Mid-Appleton was twice as big as Larrington and had Mid-Appleton Amateur Theatre Centre rather than a community hall, much better suited to high-quality amateur productions. He also had a Suburbia Loves Shakespeare festival.
over the years, Edmund had many roles with the Mid-Appleton Community Theatre Troupe.
His Jacques,
all the world a stage,
From As You Like It,
and all the men and women.
was excellently received by the local press.
Me. Player.
as astounding is Hamlet.
To be
A marvel.
or not to be.
Is Henry the,
Fourth or fifth?
We few,
a triumph?
we happy few,
Like nothing the Mid-Appleton community had ever seen.
we band of brothers.
It was good. It was amazing.
He could have been like nothing before or nothing since.
There's a divinity that shapes our ends.
But alas,
Rough hew them, how we will.
It was not to be.
you see, sometimes Edmund suffered from a touch of hubris.
And one night
At the closing night party,
of the Mid-Appleton Suburbia Loves Shakespeare Festival,
he was lying on stage
smoking cigars,
and drinking boutique beers
talking
to Sally and Shona.
two young enjeunes of the Mid-Appleton dramatic community.
He was pretty sure he would get lucky.
How wrong he was.
Shona said,
So, what's your next role going to be, Mr. Booty Boots?
yeah, what role do you yearn to play, Big Boots?
Oh, that's easy.
Really?
Oh, tell us, will ya?
Okay. Guess.
Romeo.
Nope.
Juliet?
Nope.
I don't know anymore.
Tell us, will ya?
No? Okay. I've been working on something big.
Big?
Uh-huh.
What could it be? Tell us.
Okay. Macbeth.
Shit.
What?
You can't say that in the theatre, it's bad luck.
At this point, Edmund felt a strange flutter inside his chest.
Oh. Shit. No. Hang on a sec. That's just superstition. It's poppycock. Nonsense. I'm not superstitious.
Really?
No. No. No.
It was at this point that Edmund realised that he always wore the same pair of lucky red undies for every performance.
No.
And he always did the same funny little dance at the 1 minute call.
No.
And he always read his horoscopes the day before payday.
No. It's just superstition. Give me some evidence that this could be true.
In 2010, during the dress rehearsals of The Real Inspector Hound, in this very theatre,
When advised not to mention the great Scottish play,
the prompt just scoffed and said, "Ha! That's just superstition."
10 minutes later the lead actress fell down those very stairs.
No.
And a dog got in and ate the little rubber ducks off the inspector's boots. A dog actually ate the props.
No.
One thing led to another.
And another thing led to another thing.
It's not true. It's not true.
Edmund was cast in...
The great Scottish play.
Oh, gee, thanks.
No probs.
And everything went wrong.
Lady Mac was an awful person. She called me names.
He only went into her dressing room.
To give her flowers.
She glared at me in the mirror and said, "Out! Dumb spot!"
His memory began to fade.
He forgot his sword one night.
And his pantaloons the next.
He didn't feel the love. The atmosphere sucked.
In the return season of Hey, Hamlet's Back, his acclaimed one-man show, he badly fluffed his lines.
Pussy! Or not to flee?
The most famous line in history.
To flee? Or climb that tree? No, damn it!
He murdered it in faked illness.
To try! Or not to fly? Oh dear.
He tried to excuse his errors.
I saw the ghost. The ghost of my murder.
Realising his living father was in the audience and enjoying the show.
Of my murdered great uncle. Got that.
The audience was stunned.
Well, it worked for Jeremy Irons. Or was it Daniel Day-Lewis?
The audience was shocked.
Don't you
A few people tried to sneak away. They couldn't stand his shame.
love me? Still?
Some grumbled and demanded their money back. After all, Hey, Hamlet's Back.
It was supposed to be a hit.
Please. Love me.
Things were grim.
Disastrous, hopeless.
Well, not hopeless.
What?
What?
Really?
Yep.
How?
All they needed to do was break the curse.
How?
Really? How interesting.
Get to the point!
All he needed to do was run around the theatre 3 times, then back up the stairs to his dressing room, knock on the door, swear, spit, hop on one leg, armpit fart, squeeze the nose of his enemy, and voila, no more curse.
Edmund smiled.
His future looked bright.
He raced down the stairs.
Out the door,
Around the building once.
around the building twice,
Around the building thrice.
back up the stairs.
His heart was pumping.
His face was glowing.
His legs were aching.
His heart just stopped.
And his final words were,
Please. Love!
The sad, sad story
of Edmund Boot.